today I want to talk to you about owning the Ducati V4 Speciale for the last 6 months. Two beautiful motorcycles, the S1000RR and the Ducati V4 Speciale, but they have nothing on this beautiful $3.5 million automobile right here. So now Slim Dog's riding my V4 Speciale. I think he's enjoying it.
When you have scratches in the clear coat, it is a diffraction of light.
Well, hey everybody, it's your good buddy 650 Eve here. It's a beautiful autumn day, mid-October, and I'm riding the Ducati V4 Speciale. Enjoying this beautiful day. One of the last days that we'll probably have here in the Midwest before the crazy rain and filth hits the streets. But today, I want to talk to you about owning the Ducati V4 Speciale for the last 6 months. Okay? And what my experience has been and how it's been so far, huh? Well, it's a great bike. I'll tell you that right now. Now, the 2018 Ducati V4s and the V4 Speciale, they had a factory recall. 2 of them, in fact. One of them related to the fuel system, and the other one I forgot what it was about, but those recalls were done before I took delivery of this motorcycle. Thank goodness. So, as far as the bike being down for any great length of period, it hasn't been because the recalls were done. Now, I did have to pay $1,200 to get the Akrapovic exhaust installed onto this motorcycle. Now, the V4 Speciale, it came with the stock exhaust, and in the box with the bike was an Akrapovic exhaust. And the dealer charged $1,200 to install that exhaust. I thought that was a bit crazy, but basically they had to take the bike down all the way to the 2 wheels to install the exhaust. So I can see there was a lot of man hours involved, but still, getting a bill for $1,200 to install an exhaust, that was a bit of a letdown. So if I were Ducati, I would sort of incorporate that price into the bike, or, you know, pay the dealers to do it. That's a beautiful development right there. We've been in there before on a previous vlog. Yeah, if I were Ducati, I'd somehow get that taken care of for John Q. customer. Yeah. Aside from that, the bike has had about 2 oil changes. It has 4,042 miles on it. And yeah, it's been pretty trouble-free. I'm still on my first set of tires, by the way. It is time for me to get a new rear tire. And I'm going to do that soon, probably next week. So it's pretty impressive that these super sticky, super soft Pirelli tires lasted that long, 4,000 miles with the way that I ride, you know. Lots of smackdowns, lots of high-speed roll-ons and stuff. I did put this bike on the track, and when I was on the track, I was using Pirelli racing slicks. Other than that, it's been a really enjoyable 6 months of ownership on this bike, and I'm so sad that it's almost time for us to put these bikes away for 4 to 5 months for the long, cold winter that we're going to experience here, but it is what it is. I would like to ship this bike down to California and retreat to California at least once a month during our winter period to ride this beast. But I don't know if I'll be able to do that. I know a lot of viewers like to see us ride twisty roads and canyons and mountains and country roads and all that, but Ohio has a lot of highway roads, man. And sometimes you just have to ride the highway. Like for me to get from my house to Sills, I have to take this highway here, which has long, what some would consider boring straights. But for us, these straights are great for smackdowns. Unfortunately, there's no one with me right now, and there's way too much traffic, so we just have to toot along. But the V4 likes to cruise. It doesn't have cruise control like the S1000RR. but it keeps it constant. It's real easy to keep a constant speed with this bike. You know, the throttle is so smooth and it's not twitchy, so when you hit a bump, you know, the throttle doesn't go wackadoo like it does on my Ninja H2. You know, I just hit a couple bumps there and the throttle remains the same. It's really nice. Really nice ownership experience with this bike so far. So now Slim Dog's riding my V4 Speciale. I think he's enjoying it. It's fair to say he's having a good time. I'm on his S1000RR. There's too much traffic for us to really dance right now. But, still having a good time.
Beautiful motorcycles, the S1000RR and the Ducati V4 Speciale, but they have nothing on this beautiful Ferrari, LaFerrari, that is here in the flesh. First time I've ever seen one, and this thing is absolutely breathtaking and amazing. Lots of carbon fiber on the doors, inside the vehicle. Just an amazing example of a gorgeous, gorgeous automobile. The wheels, very special. Everything about this car is extremely, extremely awesome and special indeed. This car is going to look totally more amazing than it already does when he's all done with it very shortly. Beautiful LaFerrari.
I have over $1,000 worth of lights that I'm using at the moment just to see what I'm doing and how I'm doing it. And it's everything from this guy, and they all show me different things.
Yeah.
I even have this headlight that I'll wear in a minute, and so I can follow along while I'm polishing.
It's like a body shop guy ×4.
That's pretty good.
They'll have some bullshit. A couple of these ceiling ones on a grid, you know, on the wall. Yeah, because especially with the black, man.
So that's just the cut, and obviously it's already better. I have some video of it before, but we're gonna move over to this side where I can show you from the beginning what the paint looks like. You look at this fender.
I see swirl marks a little bit.
Now this car only has 160 miles.
Yeah, I see.
Okay.
Not 160,000, 160.
Yeah.
So it's barely been driven, but it is a few years old.
Yeah, you see
So just from washing techniques and different things, even on a multi-million-dollar car, if you don't wash it correctly, you will swirl it up. And on a black car, you're going to see it 10 times more than anything else.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how we correct that, and that's what paint correction is. That area in there is going to take a couple different tools and techniques to get because of the windshield washer fluid squirter.
Yep.
But then also you never want to go more aggressive than you have to as far as removing the clear coat that's damaged, but you also don't want to leave too much either. So, and you also don't want to take too long. Now, the nice thing is your black bike is metallic. It would actually be much better.
Yeah.
Now, there's still some holograms in there, so I'm going to actually go over it again to remove just that part was a little bit deeper than the
You
other.
see stuff we don't even see, huh?
Yeah. He has a trained eye for
that
this.
thing looks like a brand.
I thought so too.
Yeah.
That's not good enough for Ross, and that's good.
Yeah, that's really good, obviously. You know, a lot of guys be like, yep, that's good enough, you know?
That looks absolutely great, and
Okay.
I see that it took a while just to do that. Are you going to do this entire process for the whole car, or just?
Of course.
Wow.
And that's literally every single contour, every inside piece. Now on most cars too, you just do the outside, right?
Yes.
But I want to show you something.
Door jambs too, everything.
This is all carbon fiber,
Yes.
Oh, man.
which is all clear coated. Depending on what the client is looking for, that can all be done and coated in Ceramic Pro.
Wow.
So are
And
you doing this carbon on this one?
We're going to do a couple of little touch-ups. The customer said not to worry about it too much. So he's a little bit. I wouldn't say impatient, but he's excited. He wants to get the car
Get his
back.
hands
So
back.
Imagine that.
I know one of my colleagues in the business did an Enzo, which is the predecessor to this car. It was black on black. It was one of 4 in the world. He had 70 hours of paint correction into it.
Wow.
It was probably about a $10,000 detail job.
Wow.
And I got to see it in person when it was finished. It was absolutely spectacular. And now here I am 3 years later in a similar boat.
Yes.
Difference being that we're trying to keep it on a certain time schedule, which is fine. The car doesn't need an immense amount of work,
Yeah.
but it's still about 25 hours is what we're doing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, great, Ross. Congratulations on being able to work on a car like this, for being this person's trusted person to do this sort of thing. That's amazing.
Well, yeah, we're really excited, and this is the first of hopefully many cars. The gentleman is an avid collector.
Yeah.
I got a peek at one of his offshore racing boats yesterday. I need a bigger building. We'll just put it that way.
Wow.
It's huge.
Wow. Well, great, Ross, man. I mean, you did a great job on my S1000RR.
Thank you.
The new owner, Gary, really loves it. And everybody else that has seen it.
He's a lucky guy. Man.
sure as
that
hell
thing
is.
was amazing.
Yeah. And so next you're going to work on my V4
Yeah,
Speciale?
Let's take a look at it.
Okay.
So we do have some very light marring, and I mean light for a well-used bike like this.
Yeah. Has over 4,000 miles on it, Ross.
4,000?
That's a lot for a bike.
It is. I know when I got my first bike, I put 12,000 on it in 1 year, but I was in Florida, so I could drive it a lot.
Yeah.
But if you look on top here, you'll see obviously the top's going to get a lot more touching and rubbing just
Stuff
from.
you don't even notice, man.
And that-
Until he brings out that light, yeah.
And what it does is when you have scratches in the clear coat, it is a diffraction of light. So as you have a red base and you have a clear coat, now you have scratches. Each of those scratches have an edge, and so when the light goes through to the base coat and it comes back out, it gets diffracted. Wow. So as the paint gets more and more marred, it looks duller and duller, but really it just needs to have those scratches removed and minimized, and then you get the true color of the car or the bike or whatever.
Wow.
And we see it all the time. It's exactly what we do.
Brighter, right?
Oh, it's like the depth of the color, the luster, everything. And that's even before we put the coating on. So we can make it perfect, but if you don't put anything on it, it's just going to get ruined again. So now we have the technology. In the last 5 years, the ceramic coating technology has become very much more prevalent and useful. We've been doing it for 5 years. So it had just come out. I'm like, that's it. We're never waxing a car again. We're only using this technology. And it's gotten better and better. But the reality is that before it would pain you to spend $3,000 to fix your car and then not be able to protect it. You wax it and then you have to do it again next year.
Yeah.
So, and of course, eventually you're going to run out of clear coat. So now you don't have to do any of that. You can correct it, get it perfect, then you can perfectly protect it within reason. I mean, if you shoot it with a gun, it's going to get damaged.
Right.
I mean, it's not bulletproof, but it's you can make it really, really good. So that's the difference that what we do and why we're so busy is because this didn't even exist 5 years ago. This option didn't exist. Right?
Wow. All right. Well, let's take some shots of the LaFerrari for the video, and let Ross get back to his job here. And you guys don't forget to check him out. A link to his business, Rehab Detailing, is in the description. Make sure that you come on. We need to set up a code or something that folks could use from 650E. That way you'll be able to track.
Well, don't worry. Everybody that's contacted me told me they found me from you.
Oh, they did? Nice.
I've already got a Ducati and another 1000RR coming in. So
Oh, that is awesome. Well, thank you guys for checking them out. because of the video. That's awesome.
I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
No problem. Thanks, Ross, man. So we're gonna let him get back to work. Let's just take a few pictures of this beautiful, beautiful LaFerrari. I'm holding my phone super tight so that it does not fall on this beautiful $3.5 million automobile right here that started out life as a little bit over $1 million, but now on the market they're going for over $3.5 million.
Only 168 miles.
168 miles on this beautiful car. Look at the wheels. Everything about this car is just absolutely amazing.